What happens when a regime's top scientist questions the system? Professor Park Chul-soo spent 30 years training North Korea's nuclear mines at Kim Il-sung University. He lived in a 1,700-square-foot luxury apartment overlooking Kim Il-sung Square. He had special rations, uninterrupted electricity, everything, until the day his student was dragged away by state security for asking one question: does science have borders? This exclusive testimony reveals what life in defection looks like from the very top of North Korea's regime. For more exclusive testimonies, subscribe and become part of our investigative community. My name is Park Chul-soo, Vice Dean of Physics at Kim Il-sung University. For 30 years, I trained the nation's scientific minds in nuclear physics. My apartment was a top-tier 1,700-square-foot residence, one of Pyongyang's finest. From the living room window, Kim Il-sung Square spread out below. Every morning, the military honor guards drills woke me up. The elevator ran daily. Power flowed 24 hours. Even other Pyongyang residents envied us. Special rations arrived twice monthly. Rice and meat, of course. But also cooking oil and sugar luxuries in North Korea. Seasonal fruits, too. Apples, pears. Items ordinary citizens never saw. My wife, Myung-hee, taught at Pyongyang Medical University. Her cooking filled our home with warmth. Honey, the university distributed more rice and oil today. When she showed me the ration cards, I took it for granted. We were loyal to the party and the supreme leader. We shaped the nation's future. Our son Junho served as a Korean People's Army officer. Our daughter Soo-jin taught English at my university. The perfect revolutionary family. During holidays, Central Committee officials visited. Comrade Park, your nuclear physics research is remarkable. All glory to the supreme leader. Every morning at 8, I headed to campus. Kim Il-sung University attracted the nation's brightest. I taught nuclear physics while instilling Juke ideology. Comrades, even science has class character. Capitalist science exploits the people. Our Juche science serves them. Students nodded. I'd learned it that way. Taught it that way for 30 years. But outside the university gates, a different reality waited. Long lines at distribution centers. People waiting since dawn for a single ear of corn. Pyongyang's rations had stopped long ago. In summer, grandmothers sold corn kernels at the market one at a time. 1 kilogram of corn, 5,000 won. Too expensive. 3,000. Rice exceeded 10,000. When workers earned 3,000 monthly, 1 kilogram of rice cost 3 days' wages. One day, a student from North Hamgyong province entered my classroom. His face had turned yellow. Malnutrition. He collapsed mid-lecture. "Professor, I'm sorry. I didn't eat breakfast." He'd gone 3 days without food. Dormitory rations had stopped a month ago. That evening, his face haunted me. Our refrigerator overflowed with meat. My student was starving. Is this right? For the first time, doubt crept in. A tiny crack. But from that day, something shifted. It started as an ordinary day. 9 a.m. I was preparing my nuclear physics lecture. The classroom door burst open. 4 state security agents entered. Kim Yong-chul. "Come out." My student Kim Yong-chul, 22, from Chongjin in North Hamgyong. Brilliant mind. I'd been watching his progress. "What's happening?" The agents didn't answer. They grabbed his arm. His face went white. "Professor, I did nothing wrong." His voice trembled. Other students barely breathed. The room froze. They took him away. The story I heard later shook me. Kim Yong-chul had secretly read American physics papers, foreign research on a smuggled USB from China, the latest quantum mechanics theories, corrupted by reactionary thought, worshipping imperialist science. That's how state security concluded it. 3 days later, a full faculty meeting convened. We had to denounce Kim Yong-chul. Student Kim Yong-chul betrayed the party. "And the supreme leader," one professor shouted. "He abandoned Husha science for imperialist science," another echoed. My turn came. I stood before the microphone. My throat tightened. Student Kim Yong-chul, I had nothing to say. I'd read those same papers during my Moscow studies. Quantum mechanics is science. Not American, Soviet, or Chinese. Just science. Does science have borders? Kim Yong-chul's last question to me echoed in my mind. I spoke. Kim Yong-chul's actions cannot be tolerated. He must be severely punished. My voice shook, but I had no choice. Silence would cast suspicion on me, too. They sent Kim Yong-chul to a political prison camp. Rumor said Yodok, a 22-year-old sent to hell for wanting to study. That night, sleep wouldn't come. Kim Young-chul's face filled my thoughts. Does science have borders? No, I whispered in the darkness. But here, yes. Here, science has borders, class, ideology. Days later, more devastating news arrived. Kim Young-chul's parents had been sent to the camp too. Guilt by association. If the son is reactionary, the parents are too. Is this truly right? For the first time, I questioned the system. 30 years of certainty crumbled. In the university corridors, students watched me nervously, afraid that questions might bring suspicion. The library purged all foreign books. Comrades, imperialist science is poison. Another professor's lecture drifted over. I returned to my classroom, stared at the formulas on the blackboard. Einstein's relativity, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. These equations belong to no country. They're universal truths. What am I doing? That day, something inside me collapsed. Loyalty, belief, or the false security born of fear. Walking home, I passed the market. Grandmothers selling corn. A child clutching his mother's hand, crying, "I'm hungry." In my pocket sat special vouchers from the party. I could buy chocolate, coffee at the department store. But for that mother and child, 1 kilogram of corn was a luxury. Is this Yusha ideology? Is this a nation for the people? Doubt grew, but I couldn't voice it. Speaking meant I'd be taken away too. At home, I told my wife, "Honey, my student went to a camp today." She sighed. As a doctor, she'd witnessed similar things. Patients dying while she stood helpless. No medicine. No equipment. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Her voice shook. That night, for the first time in 30 years, we spoke honestly about the system, carefully. In whispers, we realized we'd crossed a line. January 2020, the world stopped. Coronavirus in North Korea, we called it the virus. Authorities sealed the borders completely. China's border. Entry to Pyongyang. Trains stopped. Buses halted. Comrades, this is a biological weapon spread by the American imperialists. Propaganda blared daily. But the real problem wasn't the virus. When borders closed, everything stopped. Rice, flour, medicine, fabric from China, all the items that kept the markets running vanished. North Korea's economy depended on Chinese smuggling. Official rations had collapsed long ago. Everyone lived off the markets. Now that was gone. Summer 2020. The first starvation death occurred in the university dormitory. A female student from North Hamgyong province, 19 years old. After a week of starvation, she died quietly in her dorm room. Friends found her already cold. Cause of death: malnutrition, medical staff whispered. The university erupted. Kim Il-sung University. A student starved to death at the nation's top university? But authorities buried it. Acute cardiac arrest. The official announcement read, a lie. She was the first. By winter, 5 more died in the dorms, all malnutrition. Rations had stopped for over 3 months. Every day in class, I watched students. Yellow faces, swollen bodies, unable to walk properly. Collapses during lectures became routine. "Professor, I can't attend today." "I'm sorry." A 21-year-old male student, voice trembling, starving for a week. I gave him my lunchbox, corn rice. But to him, a feast. "Professor, thank you. Thank you." He wept while eating, but that's all I could offer. Over 100 students, 1 lunchbox. Even privileged families like ours felt the impact. Fall 2020, special rations began stopping. Twice monthly became once. In 2021, once every 2 months. 30 kilograms of rice became 10. Meat disappeared. "Honey, this month's ration didn't come," my wife said, worried. We had to go to the market. A vice dean and a medical professor buying rice at the market. 5 kilograms of rice, please. 15,000 won. 15,000 won. 3 months' wages for a worker a year ago. Here, the price of 5 kilograms of rice. A month's work couldn't buy 30 kilograms. Beggars appeared on Pyongyang streets. Yes, beggars in Pyongyang. Emaciated children, hands outstretched. "Please, some food?" I learned Pyongyang was paradise, my daughter Sujin murmured. Conditions worsened. Authorities began controlling even the markets. Virus prevention, they claimed, closing markets. Open 3 days weekly, 2 hours in the morning only. People faced 2 choices, starve or smuggle. That spring, my son Junho contacted me. "Father, I've been assigned to border patrol. Onsung area, North Hamgyong province. Though COVID reduced defections, some still risk their lives crossing the river. Junho's mission stopped them. Son, be careful. Defectors are people too," I said over the phone. Dangerous words. But I had to. "Father, I know. I know why they run. Junho's voice was heavy. Early 2023, I decided. Time to leave. I couldn't endure it anymore. 3 years of hell. Starving students, street beggars. Pyongyang crumbling. This was the true face of the system we'd served for 30 years. My daughter Sujin felt the same. Father, I don't want to grow old here. I see no future. At 25, she finally opened her heart. My wife agreed. Honey, let's go. As a doctor, I can do nothing here. No medicine. No equipment. Patients just dying. Summer 2023, word came. The border was slowly opening. Trade with China resuming bit by bit. After 3 years, now or never. Before the border fully reopened, while security was still loose. Later, when they tightened again, the opportunity would vanish forever. Our family quietly began planning. But it wasn't easy. We were Pyongyang's elite. Surveillance was heavy. Suspicion meant the end. First convince our son Junho. But Junho was a Korean People's Army officer, stationed at the North Hamgyong Border Patrol. Let's not tell Junho, my wife and daughter agreed. If Junho defected with us, nearly impossible. And if we failed, guilt by association would drag Junho down. Better if Junho doesn't know. A heart-wrenching decision, but also the way to protect our son. Next, money. Defection required enormous sums. Broker fees, bribe money, living expenses in China. Market rumors said at least $30,000 minimum. We had savings, about 1 million won in North Korean currency. But North Korean money was worthless. We needed Chinese yuan. We'll have to sell the gold jewelry, my wife said. Wedding rings, gold necklaces, gold spoons received during holidays. Over 3 months, we sold everything at the market discreetly. How much for this? 10 grams of gold, 1,000 yuan? Black market rates, much worse than official rates, but no choice. After 3 months, 30,000 yuan, about 4,000 U.S. dollars. Not enough, but all we could gather. Third broker contact. My cousin lived in North Hamgyong. She ran a business in Chongjin. I contacted her carefully. Cousin, do you know the way across the Tuman River? Not something to say over the phone. She understood immediately. Be careful. I'll introduce you to someone. A week later, through my cousin, we reached a broker, an ethnic Korean from China. 3 people? Difficult. How much money do you have? 30,000 yuan. Not enough. Usually 20,000 per person. After negotiation, we agreed on 35,000 yuan. The remaining 5,000 to be paid in China. North Korean money was useless there anyway. Prepare for early November. Best to use the Chuseok holiday, the broker said. 4th travel permit. Traveling from Pyongyang to North Hamgyong required a permit, usually difficult. But I was a university vice dean. Academic conference in Chongjin, I told the university secretary. Your family too? Yes, my wife's hometown is Chongjin. Her mother's grave is there. A lie. My wife's hometown was Pyongyang, but party officials didn't suspect. They couldn't imagine loyalists like us defecting. The permit came through. November 1st, 2023, 10 days. 5th, the hardest part. Deceiving my mother. Mother was nearly 80, descendant of anti-Japanese partisans, a lifetime of loyalty to the system. Late October, I visited father's grave, Patriots Cemetery. Mother, I'll be going. I knelt and bowed. A trip? Yes. Academic conference in Chongjin. All right. Travel safely. Mother knew nothing. This would be the last goodbye. Stay healthy, Mother. I am unworthy. My throat tightened. Mother held my hand. What are you saying? You're a great scientist serving the nation. Mother. That night I stayed at Mother's house. Ate her homemade soybean paste soup with rice hard to find even in Pyongyang. Eat plenty. You won't eat properly on the trip. Yes, Mother. The Last Supper. Next morning I bowed deeply to Mother. Mother, thank you for raising me, for teaching me. What's wrong with you? Mother sensed something different. Nothing. Just wanted to say thank you. A lie. I couldn't tell the truth. Leaving Mother's house, I looked back. She stood at the gate waving. Chulsu, travel safely. Yes, Mother. That was the last time. Even now I see her clearly. 80 years old. White hair? Standing in the doorway waving. November 1st, 2023. We stood at Pyongyang Station. My wife Myung-hee, daughter Sujin, and me. 3 of us. Minimal luggage. Had to look like an ordinary trip. A few changes of clothes, toiletries, and 1 small bag with a photo album. Father, will we really be okay? My daughter's voice trembled. We'll be fine. We can do this. But my hands shook too. The train arrived. Pyongyang to Chongjin. Show your travel permit. Inspection began. My heart pounded. Kim Il-sung University trip. Oh, Vice Dean. Have a safe journey. The guard bowed respectfully. High status meant less suspicion. The train departed. Through the window, Pyongyang faded. 30 years in that city. Everything I had was there. Goodbye, Pyongyang, I whispered quietly. The train rolled north. Toward North Hamgyong. Toward the border. No turning back. 18 hours. Pyongyang to Chongjin. A freight train with barely any seats. Even privileged people like us sat on the floor. The train crawled. Coal shortages meant frequent stops. Father, my legs hurt so much. 25-year-old Sujin struggled. In our 50s, we struggled more. Hold on. We're almost there. But my legs were numb too. Evening, November 2nd, 2023. Finally, Chongjin Station. My cousin waited. Brother, this way. She led us carefully to a small house on the outskirts. Rest here 2 days. The broker will contact you. We stayed hidden. Couldn't go outside. Someone might see. Might suspect. Night of November 4th. The broker arrived. Ready? A man around 40. Looked like an ethnic Korean from China. Yes. Ready. We leave tonight. Onsong is 3 hours by car. Tenpei. We hid in a truck bed. Between sacks of corn. To avoid checkpoints, the truck departed. Bumpy roads. Suffocating. Smell of corn husks. Dirt. Sweat. Mom, I can't breathe. Sujin struggled. Shh. Quiet. Hold on. My wife gripped our daughter's hand. 3 hours felt eternal. 1 a.m. The truck stopped. We're here. Get out. Pitch black. Somewhere in Onsong County. In the distance, the Tuman River's sound. Walk from here. About an hour. The broker led. We followed. Mountain path. Steep. Slippery. Early November night. Freezing. Our breath turned white. Honey, you okay? My wife panted. Over 50 climbing this mountain, how hard must it have been? I'm fine. Let's go. But her voice shook. Me too. 56. A lifetime at a desk doing research. I never knew climbing a mountain could be this hard. Please, God. My wife prayed quietly. She was a secret Christian. In North Korea, an absolute secret. An hour of walking. Crawling, really. Finally, the river appeared. The Tuman River, dividing North Korea and China. The line between freedom and prison. That's the Tuman River. Water levels low. You can walk across. The broker whispered, what about guards? Paid off. Between 2 and 3 no patrols for 1 hour. Cross then. We hid in the riverside bushes. Time crawled. 1 minute felt like 10 years. Father, I'm scared. My daughter clutched my arm. It's okay. We can do this. But my voice trembled. 2 Now. Run. The broker signaled. We plunged into the river. The water was ice. Bone-chilling. November on the Tuman freezing. Quick, cross fast, the broker urged, about 100 meters wide. Waist-deep. Strong current. Ah, Sujin stumbled. Nearly slipped in the water. Hold on. My wife and I grabbed our daughter from both sides. Don't let go. Hold tight. We didn't let go. 3 of us clutching each other, walking. 50 meters. 70. 90. Our legs gave out. Already exhausted, now soaked even heavier. Just a little more. A little more. Chinese soil appeared before us, then shouting in the distance. A border guard. No, the broker yelled. Run now. We squeezed out our last strength, kicked through the water, ran. Bang, 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 gunfire. Ah, Sujin screamed. A bullet whizzed past. Keep running, don't stop. We ran like mad. Finally, we set foot on Chinese soil. We collapsed. All 3 of us. More gunfire behind. Get up, not safe yet. The broker pulled us up. We ran into the Chinese forest. 10 more minutes. Our legs were gone, but fear drove us. A car waited. Get in, quick. We climbed in. The car sped off. Through the window, the Tuman River faded. Across that river, North Korea. My homeland. My home. Everything I had. And Mother and Junho. Honey, we did it. My wife started crying. Father, Mom, we're alive! Sujin cried too. I cried. For the first time in 56 years, I stood on free soil. But sadness outweighed joy. Mother, Junho, I'm sorry. I stared at North Korean soil, tears streaming. We became traitors. Defectors. Apostates. But now free. The car drove through the night. Somewhere in Yanbian Korean Autonomous Prefecture, China. The broker led us to a shabby house in a small village. Hide here about a month. A month? While Chinese police search, they're obsessed with catching defectors. Stay quiet. The homeowner was a Korean Chinese woman in her 60s. Come in. We're the same blood. She welcomed us warmly. Cooked us hot soup. You've been through so much. Eat this. Potato soup. But to us, a feast. We hadn't eaten properly in 2 days. Thank you. Thank you so much. My wife cried while drinking the soup. We stayed in the attic. Couldn't go outside. Couldn't open windows. Someone might see. Honey, did we really gain freedom? My wife asked. Not yet, it seems. We thought we'd found freedom. But in China, we still hid like rats. A week passed. One night, urgent knocking. Hide, quick, police are searching the village. The grandmother shouted frantically. We hid behind a wardrobe in the attic corner. Held our breath. Bang, bang. Open up, police entered. Spoke in Chinese. No defectors. I live alone, the grandmother answered. Police searched the house. Footsteps climbed the stairs. Toward the attic. My heart nearly exploded. Just junk up here, the officer muttered and went back down. Luckily, he didn't check behind the wardrobe. After the police left, we stayed hidden an hour more, just in case. It's okay now, the grandmother came up. We finally exhaled. Grandmother, thank you so much. It's fine. I came from the north, too. During the Korean War, we're compatriots, aren't we? She'd been separated from family during the 1950-53 war. That's why she helped defectors. My parents might be in the South. Don't know if they're alive. Her eyes moistened. When will the pain of division end? I teared up. The grandmother's family, separated in 53, my mother and son left in the north. A month passed. Time to move. You need to go to Shanghai, the broker contacted us. Shanghai? Yes, I'll contact you there. We need to find the route to South Korea. We packed again. Said goodbye to the grandmother. Grandmother, I won't forget your kindness. I'll contact you from South Korea. All right. Take care. Live well. She hugged us tight. Yanbian to Shanghai 2 days by train. But we had no ID. Illegal residence. Tickets inspection. The train inspector began checking. That way. The broker led us to the bathroom. We hid in the bathroom stall. 3 of us. Cramped. Don't make a sound. 15 minutes of hell. Crammed in a tiny space, breath held. Inspections over. Come out. We barely emerged. 2 days later, Shanghai. A huge city. So many people. Nothing like North Korea. Wow, this is China. Sujin's eyes widened. Tall buildings. Bright signs. Cars everywhere. But no time to sightsee. Hide first. The broker led us to a small house on Shanghai's outskirts. Stay here about 2 months. Need to prepare for Thailand. Thailand? Can't go from China to South Korea directly. Have to go through Thailand. 2 months. We hid in Shanghai for 2 months. Money ran out. Need to work. I found dishwashing at a restaurant. The Kim Il-sung University vice dean washing dishes. My wife cleaned floors. A Pyongyang Medical University professor mopping. Honey, you okay? I'm fine. This is nothing. But blisters formed on her hands. Language was a problem. Ni hao. We couldn't speak Chinese. Hard to work. Luckily, English from my Moscow days helped a bit. English. Okay. The restaurant owner understood some English. One day while working, a customer stared at me. Vice Dean Park? An ethnic Korean. He'd taken a short course at Kim Il-sung University 10 years ago. Ah, no. You have the wrong person. I denied quickly. No, I'm sure it's you, Vice Dean Park. It's not. I finished washing and fled. Honey, we've been exposed. We need to leave quickly. That night we packed in a rush. Broker, please send us to Thailand quickly. Our identities compromised. A week later contact. Got plane tickets. Fake passports. Should work. January 2024. We stood at Shanghai airport. Heart pounding. Would we pass exit inspection with fake passports? Passport, please. The inspector examined our documents. A long 10 seconds. Stamp. Cleared. We boarded. First time on a plane. Father, are we really going to South Korea? Yes. Almost there. The plane took off. Shanghai faded out the window. Looking outside, I thought North Korea faded like this too. Bangkok. January 15th, 2024. Tropical heat greeted us. So different from North Korea's cold winter. This is Thailand. Sujin looked around amazed. Outside the airport, the broker's local contact waited. I'll take you to the South Korean embassy. Finally, the South Korean embassy. An hour's drive. Bangkok streets. Fancy buildings. Endless traffic. A completely different world from Pyongyang. The South Korean embassy. That's the embassy of the Republic of Korea. The Taegukgi, a flag I'd never seen. In North Korea, we learned it was the puppet regime's banner. Once we go through that flag, we become South Korean citizens? My wife asked, voice trembling. Yes. Once we enter that door we looked at each other. 3 months since leaving Pyongyang, we held hands tight, all three. Let's go. We walked to the embassy gate. Who are you? The guard asked. Korean. Similar to North Korean, but different accent. We're defectors from North Korea. We request protection. Wait a moment. The guard contacted inside. 10 minutes later, a diplomat came out. Come in. Finally, South Korean soil. Technically, the embassy is South Korean territory. Please sit. We need to verify your identity. Questioning began. Your name? Park Chul-soo. What did you do in North Korea? Vice Dean of Physics at Kim Il-sung University. The diplomat's expression changed. Vice Dean? Yes. Nuclear physics? Yes, that's correct. He rushed to make a call. I need to report to Seoul. This isn't a typical defector case. We moved to a safe house inside the embassy. You'll need to stay here about a week. Identity verification required. It wasn't a week, a month. National Intelligence Service agents came from Seoul. Mr. Park Chul-soo, you were truly Kim Il-sung University Vice Dean? Yes. Can you prove it? I pulled out the photo album from my bag. University photos. Pictures with students. Pictures with party officials. This is real. The agents were shocked. Do you know anything about North Korea's nuclear program? Yes. I wasn't directly involved, but I had exchanges with the Research Institute. Interrogation continued for a week. 10 hours daily answering questions. The regime. Kim Jong-un. Science and technology. Military facilities. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Park. You can now go to South Korea. February 15th, 2024. Finally, we boarded a flight to South Korea. Direct to Incheon. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be landing at Incheon International Airport shortly. Honey, are we really going to South Korea? My wife squeezed my hand. Yes, finally. The plane began descending. Through the window, South Korean soil, high-rises, wide roads, lights. Wow, all that is Korea? Soo-jin gasped. The plane landed. Welcome to the Republic of Korea. The announcement. We stood. My legs trembled. Honey, Soo-jin, we're here. We're in the Republic of Korea. We walked to the arrival hall. Defectors, please use this lane. We were directed. NIS agents waited. Welcome. You'll need to undergo investigation now. We got in the car. Through the window, Korea flashed by. Highways. 6 lanes. 8 lanes. Cars streaming endlessly. Is this really the same people's country? So different from North Korea. We arrived at the NIS investigation facility. You'll need to stay here for 3 months. Since you were high-ranking in North Korea, the process is longer. 3 months of investigation began. Daily interrogation, identity verification, spy screening, intelligence gathering. My wife struggled. Just a little longer. Once we get through this, we're truly free. 3 months passed. May 2024. Mr. Park's family you've all cleared. You'll now go to Hanwon. Hanwon, a place where defectors learn to adapt to South Korean society. 3 months of education here. Then you officially become citizens of the Republic of Korea. Hanwon life began. Korean language, capitalism, job training. This is a smartphone. Touch the screen here, the instructor explained. Wow, amazing. Items unimaginable in North Korea. You can even watch North Korean news on the internet. North Korean news? The instructor opened YouTube. Look, all the North Korean news appears. Shocking. Kim Jong-un's recent activities, North Korea's economy, starvation reports. We can watch this freely? Yes. In the Republic of Korea, you're free. Freedom. I understood what true freedom meant. 3 months passed. August 2024, we graduated from Hanwon. Congratulations, you're now citizens of the Republic of Korea. I received a resident registration card. Republic of Korea resident card. Park Chul-soo. My name on a South Korean ID. Tears came. We'd gained freedom. September 2024. Our family settled in a small apartment near Seoul. With government support and what we'd learned at Hanwon, we started a new life. That first morning, waking up, I'll never forget the feeling. Honey, we're really in Korea, right? Yes. This is our home now. A small 850 square foot apartment, compared to our 700 square foot Pyongyang luxury cramped. But this was truly our home. Free. No surveillance. I opened the window. Morning air rushed in. So this is what freedom's air tastes like. I walked around the apartment complex. Kids playing in the playground. Elderly people chatting on benches. Everyone here looks well fed, Sujin said. True. No starving people. No beggars on the street. Everyone carried phones. We went to a mart. Wow, what's all this? Hundreds of items. Rice, meat, fruit, snacks, drinks. We can just buy whatever. Yes, if you have money. Even Pyongyang's special distribution center didn't have this variety. 5 kilograms of rice, please. 15,000 won. 15,000 won. In North Korea, that was 3 months' wages for a worker. Here, the price of 5 kilograms of rice. That night, we cooked rice. White rice. Honey, look at this rice. My wife cried. The last years in North Korea, corn rice. Or corn porridge, barely. White rice was precious only for holidays. Let's eat. Eat as much as we want. 3 of us ate. Crying. Days later, job counseling. Mr. Park Chul-soo, you hold a physics PhD and university professor experience? Yes. But since it's North Korean credentials, no. That's fully recognized. The Ministry of Unification will help find you work. A month later, an offer. Would you work as a North Korean science and technology expert at the Korea Institute for National Unification? Really? Yes. We desperately need someone like you, Mr. Park. I joined the institute, analyzing North Korean science and technology, researching education systems for post-unification. This is how Kim Il-sung University's education methods work. I shared everything I knew, preparing for the day of unification, how to educate North Korean students. My wife Myung-hee started working too. I got a job at the North Korean Defectors Medical Association. Health counseling for defectors. Wonderful. You can use your skills. Sujin applied to graduate school. Dad, I'm majoring in Korean language education. When unification comes, I can teach Korean to North Koreans. Good idea. Our family began new lives in our own places. But at night, sleep wouldn't come. Mother and Junho appeared in dreams. Mom, why did you abandon me? In the dream, my son cried. Waking up, my pillow soaked with tears. My wife had the same dreams. We gained freedom, but we lost family. Through a broker, we heard news of Junho and Mother. Your son and mother don't appear to have been punished. Under guilt by association. Your son proved loyalty as a military officer. That was fortunate. But the next words devastated me. However, your son may never be able to escape. Ever. My wife and I couldn't even cry freely. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Junho. Forgive me, Mother. One day a lecture request came. Could you speak about North Korean realities at our university? Me? Yes. Students need to understand North Korea properly to prepare for unification. I stood at the podium. Over 100 students watched. Hello, I'm Park Chul-soo. For 30 years, I taught at Kim Il-sung University in North Korea. Students held their breath. North Korea is hell. I told them everything I'd seen. Starving students, political prison camps, public executions, ration system collapse. Do you know how precious the freedom you enjoy is? Students nodded. Please don't take this freedom for granted. Right now, North Korean compatriots are starving. After the lecture, a student approached. Professor, what can we do? Pay attention. Don't forget North Korea. When unification comes, we'll need your strength. Walking home, I looked at the Han River. Mother, Junho, I wish you could enjoy this freedom too. When unification comes, will I see Mother and Junho again? Can I hold Mother's hand and say, well, Mother, I've come? Can I hug Junho and say, I'm sorry? Your father is sorry? Honey, let's go in. My wife took my hand. Yes, let's go home. Our home. We have a home now. Freedom. Hope. Mother, Junho, and 25 million North Korean compatriots someday. You'll enjoy this freedom too. I'll prepare for that day here. For the day of unification, the day of freedom. Thank you, Republic of Korea. Thank you.